Welcome to Box Wine Therapy, where the wine is cheap and the therapy's priceless. We're two best friends, a couple of moms, and professional oversharers here to spill the wine and real life. I'm Kayla. I'm Hannah. Now let's get it started.
You've done pets before. Do you still do pets or only as requested? And how does that work? How do dogs talk to you?
They just talk to me, you know?
I'd love to hear Vivian's thoughts. She'd be like,
Well,
this bitch brought home 2 kids. I'm still here with a struggling back. She barely loves me anymore. Yeah, she puts me in a crate every day. I was pissing on the floor because I was pissed at her.
is
She
this
didn't
your
get
dog?
it. Yeah, this is my Chihuahua.
You know what's funny is that they do have their own voice.
I believe that's
They do
Vivian's.
have their own voice. Not
She's a bitchy little thing.
not all dogs have souls.
What?
At least the way
Some are too
for-
dumb, like a dumb lab look. Like, doop, doop, doop. Or-
There might be people out there who can connect to all the dogs, but for me, I'm only connecting to the ones that have like a higher level soul, maybe.
Ooh.
Because not everybody has a story to tell. And so, like when I'm walking Penny, and not every dog talks to me, but some dogs or cats or whatever. Usually, what they'll tell me is how their owner's feeling because I'm a healer. So they'll tell me my mom's really sad. I'll be like, really? Why? Because my dad's cheating on her. Or, like a little bit of tea.
A little bit. See, that's piping.
Right?
Yeah.
So one thing I've noticed over the years is that you can look at your dog or your cat and their physical ailments, and a lot of times it will mirror the person that they're most connected to in the family.
You are so right. I've had
Yeah.
2 cats that have had the bleeding diarrhea problem,
Yeah.
and they both died at 5.
Whoa.
And that's so crazy. I mean, they both were like short-lived with me, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I always thought, oh, okay, that's weird. Sorry, that was so revolutionary for me. And I'm like, what are the chances?
Because they're carrying the
They're trying to
energetic
take it away from
burden.
me.
Because you
Yeah.
figure, whatever is your issue, like my mom, you look at my mom's Chihuahua recently passed.
Oh.
And but my mom and dad and Princess Jasmine were all on the same meds.
Wait, isn't Viv on thyroid meds?
No.
Should she be?
No. No. She's had it checked. Hers is good.
So,
She has a calcification disease in her back, her breed. So her spine is calcifying. So she's on Librela, which I had a lady fight me on Facebook and tell me I'm killing my dog. And well, that's your fault for killing your dog. And I was like, dude, she was on so many like pain meds and muscle relaxers and all the things.
So like, is she like before the?
So all of a sudden one day, like 2 years ago, her back legs stopped working and she couldn't walk. And this was when I was like 9 months pregnant with Lemmy, and I had to carry her in and out constantly. And then we got her on pain pills and all this stuff. And that's when they're like, yeah, we see calcification in her spine, and it eventually will push to the point where it causes her legs to not work, which they already weren't. But they were like, this part's from pain right now, and she'll have incontinence, and then it'll go to her brain and a few other things because it pushes on her spinal cord. And they were like, so she was on all these things. And I told the lady that, I said, it's a disease. She was on all these things. Librela has literally given her 2 years where she doesn't have to take pills morning and night. She gets 1 injection a month, and she can jump on the couch. She can run and play with the kids. I said, it's given her life.
You don't have any back pain.
No, I've had hips, but I got some orthotics and it's really fixed it. Because I'm 34 and old.
So you've got hip issues. How long have you had hip issues?
My whole, since high school, I've had joint pain and autoimmune issues since high school. And recently, though, in the last, probably since birth with Lemmy, it's been real bad to the point where it was like, I actually was going to see an orthopedic surgeon.
Oh, yeah.
But then I've lost some weight and I got orthotics.
I would come see me first before you go have surgery.
I'm not going to have surgery on it right now, but I got orthotics. My mom's been having hip pain, and I told her, I said, you know what you need? A pair of orthotics. I got a pair, and I said,
so your mom's having hip pain,
and I'm having hip pain.
You're having hip pain.
Yeah.
Your dog's having.
Yeah.
It sounds like you need to see Janet, Anna.
I'm just saying.
I'm seeing her right now. Put your hands on these hips, Janet. Fix me. I think it's my sex
Girl, I need
chakra.
a little bit more wine for that.
I think it's my sex chakra. I'll tell Rusty, sorry I'm late, baby. I was seeing that sex doctor. You ready? You ready? Mama's coming home.
So think of what hips mean. It means,
Doesn't it stuff a lot of emotion?
Probably.
when usually it means that you're not sure where you're going,
Oh.
right? And for you, that would make sense because you're so capable of so many different things.
Yeah.
There's so many options. But you gotta feel right. Which one is the right one?
And to be honest, I felt like that. Like, I finally feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be now for the time being. Oh, that's what I was going to say about daycare is like this job that I got, I was making 600 something more than I was at my last job. This new daycare that I found within 24 hours that is everything we wanted was exactly $636 more a month. And I said, well, hot damn, if God didn't know what he was doing. He said, but you got to be fired from this job because they ain't going to put up with this. And you about to lose your daycare. And then you're going to have to find a new one. And you're going to need more money too. So I'm going to line you up with the place that's got some family values and more money
So
for
you're
you.
doing all these things. You're starting to listen more. You
Yeah.
have your faith. But I think where this kind of work would help is just to unload the baggage because it's really hard to see in the dark. And if you're carrying a lot of baggage from your mother
Mm-hmm.
and her mother,
Mm-hmm.
then it's like literally carrying baggage when you're trying to make all these decisions.
Yeah.
And sometimes that prevents you from thinking big. 'Cause it's like, okay, I got to stop. So I'm just going to stop here.
I don't feel like construction's my thing forever. I feel like it has been a really good thing in my life to get me to where I needed the money I needed every time I needed it in life. I make good money. I'm good at my job. I like knowing that I'm good at something that's a man's field.
You're creative.
And when I'd first gotten into it, there was a time when I was like, this doesn't feel right. Something's wrong with it. And I remember crying on my way to work one day. And my mom's like, why are you crying? I was like, where am I supposed to be in life? Because this isn't it.
So
I don't
look
know.
at that. That's the hip issue.
Yeah.
Right. That's
And
the
then
hip
I would
issues.
try other things, try real estate, try all these things. Eventually, everything brought me back to construction. That's how I got to Texas. Was my job was like, oh, if you ever want to move somewhere, just let us know. I was like, yeah, I want to move to Texas. They let me open a new location in Texas. And then I met the next construction company I worked for that opened so many doors for me. And then it kept bringing me to where I was supposed to be. And so I don't feel like if I had all the money in the world right now and all my bills were paid, would I be in construction? No, probably not. I'm good at it. I feel like I've proven myself. I've proven my worth. I've validated myself in it. Like, oh, I do know what I'm doing. That's pretty cool. And now I feel like it's where I'm supposed to be in this moment. But this has felt like a really big outlet for me to be able to be creative and get my voice out there and just all the things and help people. Because right before this, before I got fired from my last job, I was like, within 5 years, I'm going to be a life coach. I just feel like people always come to me, people I haven't talked to in 10 years will message me randomly. Hey, I know this is weird, but I feel like I can ask you this. Like, this is going on in my life. What do you think about it? And I'm like, I guess I can help you with that. Sure.
But you're so good at it, and you light up when you're talking about that stuff too, like when you're
Yeah.
helping people.
Yeah, help. But
I know, right?
but that's where I feel like this is for me. I get to share my info on things and we get to talk to different people. I feel like if somebody hears this episode that's like,
Yeah.
wow, I need a Janet in my life. The little things we can say are you being vulnerable about your feelings, like things like that is what helps people. And we get little messages from people like, oh my gosh, I literally felt like I was sitting on the couch with you guys drinking my cup of coffee or like this has been so fun. It really like puts a smile on my face.
I
Like,
think this is
yeah.
important because, like, Kayla, she cried. She
Yeah.
allowed herself to face her truth, speak her truth, right? Maybe she needs to come. Maybe she doesn't need to come.
I
You'll
do.
know if you need to.
I do.
I'll be there.
And then you look at you're different. You're a different type of energy. This still could help you and those people out there who, okay, some of the hardest energies, the most challenging energies for me to work with are the ones that are very psychic because they're used to knowing.
Yeah.
They're used to knowing.
And then
And
when I
so,
don't, feels like,
right,
well, why would you know when I don't?
right.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I'm having a boy, I'm having a boy, I'm having a boy.
Yeah.
It's not about you being right. And sometimes that is the learning, having faith.
Yeah.
Right. And so those energies are a little bit harder because I still feel like I'm not going to tell you anything you don't already know. I'm just going to help remove the blocks that are preventing you from moving forward. Even though now you already know that you want to head this way, you would move much quicker if we squeeze the sponge.
Yeah.
You would move much quicker if we offloaded. Because in order for you to move this way, we have to remove the things that have prevented you from moving this way or knowing that this is a way. You're
Mhm.
trying to find your way. So it's just removing blocks,
Mhm.
roadblocks. That's it. So it's not like I can do it myself. Even me, I went and saw, I worked with the healer. I was in Denver.
Was it sexual healing?
No, he's 81.
Oh, that'd be weird.
He's from Shasta
From where?
How did you find him?
because my client that has terminal cancer, um, she asked me to go. She was going to go to Shasta to work with this guy. My job is to heal the soul. If healing the soul helps lift whatever contributes to the disease. Her numbers were, I think her CA 125 was 400, and then it went down to 200. But we went to go see him. I wanted to go meet him. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to meet somebody like me.
well, we're different, right?
Yeah.
He's different than me. We work completely differently, similar. So I just made an appointment with him to see what it would be like, right? Because my ego's like, what the fuck is this guy going to tell me that I don't already know?
Yeah.
Like, I literally work for God.
Yeah.
Hello.
Like, I literally can put my hand on myself and
Healed.
okay.
Period cramps.
Yeah.
But I was like, I need to set my ego aside
And see what it's like.
and see what it's like. And did I learn from him? Absolutely.
Mm.
Did it affect change? I think it did. It's
Mhm.
subtle,
Mhm.
and it can take 1 to 3 days. I'm
Mhm.
still in that how it is going to affect change, and I will know when the time comes. I feel like something is coming, and my awareness is such to where it will benefit me. So it can only make me better. My whole fear with having people work on me is that um, I don't I don't know that I have faith in anybody working on me. I think when you have someone work on you, you really have to make sure that who do you work
Yeah.
Yeah.
because if you don't work for God,
Yeah.
I wouldn't let them touch you.
Mm-mm.
A gift is given
Mhm.
from the giver. So unless you accept that gift from the giver, and if that giver isn't God's source creator, then who is it?
Yeah.
Because having an ability, you're born with that.
Yeah.
But having a gift is something you accept. It's a
Mm.
calling, and you accept that.
Change the subject completely. Exorcisms. The devil. Exorcisms. One day I was texting Janet and she didn't text back for a while and she's like, sorry, I wasn't being lazy. I got up late. I just had an exorcism last night but I'm good now. How are you? And I was like, oh, you're just gonna like casually drop that you did an exorcism on somebody last night? Like, what the hell?
What does that look like?
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell us a little bit about
it's
it.
not like
The
for
movies.
me, it's not like the movies. It's not like Catholicism.
Okay.
And gosh, I wish people could understand that because there would be so much more peace in the world. We're human beings. We are meant to be. And if you choose to have a life and you're living and you choose to love, you're going to have demons.
You
You're
can't
going to
avoid them.
experience that because
The balance of light and dark.
the balance, well, because of how energy works. Like maybe Chip and Joanna Gaines have never had demons.
Mhm.
Okay. But if you love somebody, you're going to take their heaviness. And then if you have your own heaviness, you're accumulating. So
Oh, yeah.
that's what a demon is. It's an accumulation of heaviness. It has to go somewhere. So
Yeah.
the more heaviness, it's like if I poured wine into this cup, eventually it's going to overflow if I keep
Mhm.
pouring into it. So if you're pouring love, that's great. If you're pouring heaviness, okay, because it can get heavy. Love can be heavy. Some people meet in hell. They fall in love in hell
Wow.
Oh, wow.
through trauma. So, whatever attracts you to somebody, if they have heaviness, is what a demon is. A manifestation of an
Oh.
overabundance of negative energy.
But it is a real demon.
Yeah, when I
Yeah, yeah,
see
yeah.
it looks like a demon.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
And there's different kinds.
Yeah.
And so an exorcism
Yeah.
isn't
okay.
necessarily pulling a demon off somebody. I do that all the time. I did it
Mhm.
today, to both of my clients. You probably honestly, you probably have one.
I'm sure I
If
do.
you're having hip problems, pain, even with your orthotics might be helping for a little bit.
Yeah.
But and I want to say, didn't you have one?
If I did, you didn't tell me in those words, which is probably a good thing.
Sometimes I don't tell
Yeah.
people. It
Yeah.
depends on whether I think they can handle it or not. Because
Yeah.
if they have this idea of what a demon represents,
It scares
Mhm.
them.
Yeah.
it scares them, and then they don't understand, and then it can
Yeah.
fuck up the progress moving forward. But an exorcism to me is when a person who is a medium, and they usually don't know that they're
Oh,
mediums,
okay.
they have a ghost that has jumped them.
Ah, yeah.
So
And
they're like
so I actually
somebody
call
else?
it integration, is what I call. Most people see it as possession. It's integration when a soul has jumped into your body. So when
Creeps
I
me
go
out.
into you, I'm like, oh shit, you got someone else attached to you. Now that's different than like an old boyfriend attached
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
This is an actual ghost.
Yeah, a
So
negative
it's the
ghost.
fractured part of a person's soul that has actually jumped into and is now taking space within you and
Ew.
not paying rent, right?
Yeah.
So why is that a thing? Well, because you're going to feel not like you. So when you look at the client that I had that committed suicide, there's a good chance that she could have had another soul occupying her body. Because when you become so sad, so depressed, so in despair, think
Yeah.
of it as Swiss cheese and all these holes. things can jump in.
Sure.
Okay. And so it can be, in my experience with people who have been suicidal that come see me, usually they have a ghost inside of them. They definitely have demons. But to me, having a ghost inside of you, that integration, that possession, is different than having a demon. A demon's every day. Everybody has demons.
Yeah.
You know,
Not just me.
we just pull them off. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just a thing that we have because we love. And if you provide a service for people,
Mhm.
well, where do you think their heaviness goes?
Mhm.
It goes straight to you.
Yeah.
There are days when I read something sad and I can handle it, and then there are days where I read something sad and I immediately I have to tell somebody about the sad because I can't have it anymore. And there was one day a couple weeks ago I was like, I just saw something super sad and I need to tell somebody, can you handle that today, or is that not a good day for
It
you? And
was
she's
the
like,
best way that she asked it
she was
because
like,
I
thank
couldn't
you.
handle it, and
No.
I said, I can't today.
And I said, okay, I'll find somebody else.
Yeah.
But see, the fact that you have an awareness
Yeah.
Mhm.
to understand that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I feel lighter. I don't have to hold on to that. That doesn't have to stick to my brain. If I can get it out to somebody else, they can hold on to it because I got no more room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so people who are empathic, that's the thing. That's why people come in so we can squeeze the sponge,
Mhm.
right? Get some of that heaviness off that doesn't belong to them, but absolutely affects their decision making,
Yeah.
which results in hip problems
Yeah.
Mhm.
because you don't know which way to go because you're thinking for too many people,
Yeah.
right? Interesting. But possession is a real thing. So I had this friend of mine who was a client, and I did this workshop with her. She was working at, gosh, what was it called? It was this historic place in
Ooh.
Spokane. And so I said, hey, can I do a workshop there?
Yeah.
So I did a ghost and demons workshop at this, haunted mansion. So when she opened the door and I showed up, she's like, hi, I'm so glad to see you. Come on in. I've made tea and coffee and I put creamers out in case your clients want to have some tea and coffee or creamer.
You're like,
And
listen here, you little demon.
right? And I'm just like, wow, she seems different. She had put on a little bit of weight,
Yeah.
which to me is an indicator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
There's
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
Something suppressing, but also the way she was talking was very non-expressive, like this. Now,
Mhm.
mind you, this girl, one of my favorites, we would laugh. We were always talking about dating stories. Hilarious. So I'm like, I'm just going to make a mental note.
Mhm.
Come inside. I'll give you a tour. And I'm like, okay.
You gonna kill me in this room too?
So she's giving me the tour and everything. And then the clients come and she's standing by the door. She's just watching as I'm talking about ghosts and demons, right? I'm teaching the
Mhm.
class. And then the lights start to flicker.
Oh!
And I'm like, teaching the class and stuff. I notice the lights flickering. I'm like, this is interesting because when lights flicker, that means it's a spirit.
Mhm.
Okay. Because if you're in heaven, you're going to flicker lights.
Yeah,
You're
my
going to,
great grandma did in our session. Mhm.
yeah, you're going to leave pennies and
Uh-huh.
feathers and come as a butterfly or a hummingbird. Or something. Lights flicker. And I'm like, that's interesting because I'm expecting a ghost to be here.
Yeah.
So I'm talking. And as I'm teaching about the ghost and I'm teaching about what it would be like, what it would feel like, all of a sudden things start happening and everybody in the class is feeling something in
Yeah.
their own way because everybody's going to feel the way they're going to feel.
Yeah.
They're going to perceive the way they perceive. And I'm like, okay, raise your hand if you just experienced something. And everybody's like,
Ugh.
okay. And then the one, he's like, I just saw something leave. Right. And so I'm talking about stuff and I'm looking at my friend who invited me to do the thing there. And I'm like talking and I'm making sense of all this going on. It finally dawns on me. I think this bitch is possessed.
That's
Not
gonna
going
be
to,
our clip.
right?
I think this bitch is possessed.
I'm not going to say anything right now because I don't want to cause a scene.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm making notes here.
Yeah.
And
She's trying to get your attention.
right. And I'm like starting to pick things up and stuff. And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And then at the end, I'm like, oh, thank you so much I'm going to come see what you're doing tomorrow. I'm coming back because I think that there's something inside of you. And she's like, I think you might be right. Can you come at 12? And I'm like, yes, I will be here. And so I come back because she lives in the mansion.
Oh, I was like, what's she gonna say? Sorry, boss. I've got a demon. You're gonna have to give me an hour.
This isn't even a demon. So it ends up that the story of this mansion is it was owned by this rich gentleman in Spokane. And his wife, I don't think she could have kids And I can't remember the whole story, but I just remember that she left. And I don't know if they divorced or if he kicked her out. She left, went somewhere, but she had no family. She had, this is back in the day where women didn't have rights. They didn't have their own money. They didn't have anything like that. So she came back because she's like, bitch, this is my house. Like, I have nowhere to go. I have no means. This is my house. And I don't know if he had remarried somebody already, but he, call whoever you call back then. And they took her to the psych ward. And that's where she died. Because back then, all they have to do is say that you're crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you have nobody.
Yeah.
And so she went and lived out her days in the psych ward. But that's where her ghost lived because that was her home.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's where it gets interesting. Why did she attach herself to my friend? Because my friend was a single mom, right? She didn't have close family. So there's already a correlation. There has to be a correlation.
She had kids. She wanted kids.
Correct. So
She chose her to live her life.
right? She integrated because my client needed someone and she needed someone.
Is that where you say in that way it's not a demon? It was just a lonely ghost who was like, your life looks pretty good. I'll take yours.
Well, they had something in common. There
Yeah.
has to be something that allows
Common.
them to slip in there, like either a physical pain, and I think for her it was a heart pain. They
Wow.
shared the same pain.
Yeah.
A heartache for something that was missing, which was true love, right?
Wow.
So what was the benefit? The benefit was that ghost got to feel what it was like to be a mother.
Wow.
Mhm. And then my
You almost feel
client
bad taking that ghost away.
got to feel what it was like to be more responsible. So
Wow.
in some ways, she grew during that time because she learned how to become more responsible in running a household,
Wow.
right? Because that's what
She taught her how to run the house.
right,
Wow.
right.
I never thought that could be a beneficial thing.
Right. It's
Well,
like a parasitic relationship, but in a
Mhm.
good way.
they're
For a minute,
right.
for a time being.
It's not meant to be that way
Yeah.
because the living host, there's always a ghost and a host. And so in order for the ghost to survive, it has to feed off the battery of the host. And so it's not meant to be that way.
No.
And so
Because
when
your soul is supposed to be here right now, not theirs.
right, they had their chance.
Yeah.
And so me coming there, the fact that the light was flickering told me that this ghost was already ready to see the light. So this was meant to be. Because then I got to
Wow.
help cross her over, which she just needed help crossing over.
Yeah.
So that was my role to play. To make sense and make sure that my client knew and my friend knew this is what's happening. This is what you've learned. This is so wonderful. The ghost got to feel the love that she never got to feel
Wow. That's like the
before.
sweetest ghost story
It
ever.
really is a sweet.
Yeah.
Listen, behind every ghost story is a love story.
Yeah.
Wow.
They both hated men, right? And so this allowed them both to feel something. Now, maybe my client didn't get to feel the love of a man or anything like that, but she did get to feel something and learn something. And so I feel that it was a productive thing for her. And now, since I've exercised this and crossed her over, and I remember saying, this lady that lived here, she looks like Lady Gaga without her makeup.
Yeah.
Because I remember the ghost telling me, I was just really ugly. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm like, you look like Lady Gaga. She's like really popular right now, even without her
You
makeup on.
like
She's
her.
beautiful, right? Things are different now,
Then they were
So
then.
when the ghost speaks their truth, and I think she realized that her feeding off of this energy was taking from my friend. And so that was a really good love story.
A few months ago, Lemmy. So you also said my kids were going to be spirit spices. Wish you wouldn't, because they are. I think this is when I text you about. But one night we were laying in bed. She had gone from like sleeping in her room, sleeping perfect, all the things, to all of a sudden she finally just stopped all this. Every single night was a fight to get her to go to bed, like till 11 o'clock at night. And then she'd come in our room and sleep with us every single night. And one night we were laying in bed and I'm laying with her. I'm like, you got to go to sleep, baby. And all of a sudden she looks over at the wall over by her door. And I could tell she could see something. I said, what are you looking at? Scared of that. Scared of that. I said, of what? And then she points and her finger follows and she goes, that, mommy, I'm scared of that. And I'm like, mother trucker, I can't see nothing. No, this is not okay. I'm scared too.
Did
Let's
she say
go.
what it looked like?
Well, I said, what do you see? And she said, I don't like it. I'm scared of it.
Did she say it looked like a spider?
No. Oh, she was afraid of spiders at that time. But she didn't say that was a spider. She just said, I scared of that. I scared of that. But then she'd be like, oh, I think I see a spider, mama. And so I
In the
was like,
same night?
no, I mean, just all the time. It was her thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I see it.
But that was one that felt so bad to me Some spirits don't feel bad at all. I don't feel scared. It's like, they're passing through. It'll be fine. And then that one, like, I felt scared alone in her room at night. Like, I would have been scared if she left her bed and left me in there.
You've saged your house?
So I did not sage, but that next morning I was late to work because I was like, I'm going in each room and I'm clearing. So I went in each room, said the Lord's Prayer, said that you don't got to go home, but you are not allowed to be here. You cannot scare my children.
Well, this
You cannot.
thing's not a ghost.
Well, motherfucker, okay. Now I'm freaking out, but it feels like it's left.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, because
I mean,
it didn't for a while.
ownership sets the energetic tone for the home. You claim your space.
I went in every single room of my home.
Right. Claim the space.
I claimed the space. I did the Lord's Prayer, said, this is a home for the Lord and love and light, and anything negative is not allowed to be here.
Anything negative is not allowed to
Yeah.
be here.
I said, this is.
They have to listen.
That day, it felt different already that night, but then it was off a little bit for a little while. And now in the last like week and a half, she started sleeping all night in her room again. Like, there's been one night where she's coming in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's never one and done. You have to be consistent
Yeah.
with it. Like, even, I'm consistent with it because I do the grounding and protection, protect the space before every client. So, if I'm busy,
Yeah.
so every day it's already done. But, usually when I come home from being away for a long time, it takes some time to build that protection again because
Yeah.
I don't know that my roommate is doing it all the time. She might be now, but
Now that she's been freaked out enough, she's like, okay.
Well, I
Right,
feel like your
yeah.
neighbor has some interesting energies. The across the hall.
My neighbor across the hall, I just protect. I don't feel comfortable just doing my space. So I do the whole building.
Oh wow.
That's cool. They're
Because-
lucky. They're getting extra
Yeah.
service. So you put a slip of bill under everybody's door. $5
And
a
I
month.
don't
I'll keep
feel
the
like
spirits
I'm
away.
pushing anything on anybody.
Yeah, no,
It's just love and light,
Mhm.
right? It's all the good things.
Yeah.
So if anybody in my building, like they've been getting raises, things have been going better for them,
We're moving in.
welcome.
Yeah. Come on over. You want to go
Let's
spend the night?
Janet.
Sleeping better at night.
I was telling her, I said the other night when my mom was there, she was here last weekend. I was putting Lemmy to bed and the door, Rusty had shut the door after our prayers, but not all the way. And we normally will leave it cracked. And if it ever just like creaks from the air turning on, it just goes like a few inches, or Viv comes and scratches at it and it opens just a few inches and she comes through the door. Well, I'm laying there. Lemmy had fallen asleep. She had been asleep for like 5-10 minutes. And I hear Viv out in the hall because I can hear her nails, but she's not at the door. And I'm like, what is she doing? And then all of a sudden, the door opens all the way, stops without bouncing off the wall, but not slow. And I just look at the door and I was like, yep, that happened. That one didn't feel scary though. So to me, I was like, that's Harold. Here, you and your mom and watching over you guys. And I walked out and I looked at Rusty and Viv was standing in the hallway. And I told Kayla, I said, it was like somebody was blocking the door. She couldn't get to the door. I heard her just prancing around the edge right there, behind the wall. And I was like, babe, and my husband, not open to this stuff. I was like, no shit. The door just opened. Babe, I didn't shut it. I was like, I know you didn't shut it, but even when we don't shut it, it never goes more than a few inches from the air. And he's like, I did not shut the door. That's why I'm sure the air kicked on and it just flipped on that way. And I'm like, okay, you can believe whatever you want to there, sir, but nah. And there was one night, the toy that was not charged,
Oh.
this freaking crab. All of a sudden, Lemmy's in bed with us,
that toy.
and we hear, and I hear it. I'm like, and all of a sudden, Lemmy just opens her eyes. She goes, and I said, it's okay. And she goes, that's the crab. It was a crab toy. And I said, yep, it is. It's
So-
okay. And she goes, I'm scared. I said, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. And then that's when Rusty was like, come on, Lemmy, let's go to your room. And I wanted to be like, don't leave me in here. I don't want to be left alone.
What I feel might be happening is in my experience, these things that look like spiders, you see them a lot in haunted hotels and stuff like that.
Good.
Usually these things come out of portals. So there's got to be a portal in the house.
So you're coming over tonight? What do you mean there's a portal in my house? Fuck.
Well, if you're a medium,
Yeah, I don't want a portal
mediums
though.
can open portals just from having a really good orgasm, you know?
Oh, fuck. And I've been doing a lot of that.
There.
Hey, sorry, Mom. Really?
Um,
Oh, shit.
yeah, I remember I had a client once that opened a portal because in her basement, that's where she would have all her lovers come. And she was pretty loose. So there was pretty big portal.
That's what she said.
That's what he said.
Because I was
That's
like,
a big portal. Let's throw
I-
a hot dog down a hallway. Holy moly.
I I did the house cleansing, and I'm like, oh, because this oh my gosh, I forgot I blocked this out. This girl was the first time I had ever like she was actually like morphing and like I stayed the night with her because she was so scared. I was sleeping next to her, and I had a dream.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd make you sleep in my bed if I'm that scared. Just so you know.
Right, and I had a dream. I was in the bed, but in the dream, I just thought I was awake.
Yeah, I have that a lot.
And I was like, "Ooh, I felt something. That's weird." And then my cat, came by and I felt, Lily. And I was like, "Oh, Lily's here. I'm not worried." Because if my cats are good, I'm
Yeah.
okay. And then I realized, wait a minute.
I
Fuck's
know.
my cat doing here?
Yeah, it's just
I'm
like,
at this girl's house.
yeah.
That's not my cat. This is a dream. And then I look and then she's like morphing. And then
No.
she's like kind of coming at me.
A
Oh
spider.
my gosh.
No, she was morphing just like in the scary movies where it's like,
No. Nightmares.
and then so I get up
I know. I'm like, I'm
and
scared.
I'm trying to in the dream state, I'm trying to calm her and then I wake up, but this is really happening. This is really happening. So it went from dream state to really happening.
So that's how
She's-
my dream states are.
Yes. So she's morphing and like her back
Oh.
is arching and I'm just trying to
Like, wake her up? Or...
exercise her.
Oh, okay.
And that's probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
Holy
Yep, I'm scared.
fucking
Okay.
shit. Yeah.
Just until because it just startled me because I went from sleep state to like, okay, this is really happening right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm exercising her, doing all that. Like I literally was guided to pick her ass up and put her in the bathtub and baptize her at that moment.
Oh my god.
The power of
Technically-
Christ compels you.
Technically,
power of
I am
Christ
an ordained
compels you.
minister, but I don't think I needed to be an ordained minister to do that.
No.
But I did it because that's what I was guided to do.
Yeah.
I don't know how she's doing now. I haven't heard from her. So
Since then?
mm-mm.
Really?
A couple times, but then I think I'm hoping she's doing all right now.
So
I would have to believe that after that, she's doing all right.
so
I mean,
she
this-
wasn't dreaming when she was doing the morphing thing, or was she aware? Like, how did...
I think what happened was the energy in her was so malevolent that, energy is energy. So it doesn't matter whether I'm asleep or awake. It's there and I'm feeling it. So we're both in this altered state. But as I came out of my dream state, I'm realizing, oh, this is really happening. Like she's like, yeah, that was all real. That was
So are you telling me I can't orgasm anymore if I don't want portals in my home?
No, I'm saying that you have to get your shift in order,
Get my shift together.
right? Because there's too much chaos still in you. You can say that you're in control. I'm good.
My shift is magical, baby.
Then you probably have too much chaos inside of you.
Huh.
Okay, and you would know.
How do I don't feel chaotic. I actually feel like life is finally in a like steady state now.
So the energy has to go somewhere.
So it's just stuck in me.
It has,
I've started running this week. It's
That's
felt really good.
fantastic.
It's felt really good. And I'm not a runner. I told Kayla, I said, my
Listen to your body.
first, yeah. And I was super stressed out that day. And I do not run because I have asthma. I don't like it. And I was like, I just need to run.
You could fast walk.
That's what I normally do.
Yeah.
But so I ran a half mile straight without
So your
stopping.
body's telling you got to get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you may not feel chaotic now. You might be feeling good, but in order to actually feel that good and exist in that good,
Yeah.
you have to unload the bad.
Yeah.
And you've had some bad.
Yeah.
Just because you've moved forward from it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that energy doesn't still linger,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? You're just squeezing the sponge. So some people, they can exercise, they can do all the things. Sometimes we have to go in and do psychic surgery. Just do whatever you need to do. If your child is still seeing things, the matriarch sets the energetic tone for the home. Portals can't exist in my space.
She's seen
That's a
things
no-no.
since she was a baby.
Yeah.
She would look over. Oh, and Maddie's been doing this too.
Yeah.
But she would look over in her high chair, just like talk to somebody, and then turn around, and I'd be like, every time it feels like a good spirit, I just tell myself it's Harold. But normally it has never felt like a bad one until that one in her room that I was like, this
Yeah.
freaked me the hell out.
And
I
that
don't
was
like
a
this
demon.
one. I told her, I said, I think there's a demon in her room.
Yeah.
I said, it does not feel good. It's scary.
But a demon's not going to be attracted. It's not going to be drawn in by a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
2-year-old can just see the demon.
Yeah.
The demon's going to be drawn in by
the adults.
Sorry. So sorry. Does that mean that you're bad? No, you have an ability.
Yeah.
You know,
I,
you're a
yeah.
light in the dark,
Mhm.
but there's chaos in you.
Yeah.
And these things feed off of chaos as you're trying to find your balance.
Yeah.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing? It's just a thing that you have to grow through. So,
Mm.
Maddie's been talking to somebody. You tell her.
Yeah.
You tell her.
you guys
Yeah.
are all snuggled together.
I know. It's like so
We're best
weird.
friends. You're scaring us.
Well, Maddie started, so she can talk pretty well.
Yeah.
And sometimes she's just been in this babbling thing where she'll look at you and be like, "How you doing?" And then she goes, like she's talking to someone over here and then talking back to you and then back over there.
Do you ask her who she's talking to?
Yeah, one time I asked her if it's great grandma, and I actually put my great grandma's picture out there, and she said, "Grandma," and she's never seen her picture before. Then so I just tell myself
Hers
that's a
doesn't
good
have-
indicator.
Hers doesn't have a demon or some spiders in here too. Come on now.
She's light.
I'm light.
I'm light.
You got some light in you.
I want to be light.
Well, you know what's interesting though? So why I asked if your client was dreaming is because Keith has a lot of dreams where he's like fighting someone or they're attacking him or whatever, and he yells out to wake himself up, and it's so scary for me that I
Is he having sleep paralysis?
I'm not sure if I would call it that, but like because he'll be like ah,
I
and
do
like
that in mine.
and he does it to wake himself up, but it is so terrifying for
Does he?
me.
Does he say
He knows that it's happening, or
Okay, well-
I guess describe what sleep paralysis would be.
sleep paralysis is it's
a
when
demon.
everything freezes and you feel like you're stuck and you can't move. Most of the time, well, all the time, you're going to be if someone was to see you, you'd just be sleeping.
Yeah.
But in your
But
dream,
in your
you're like,
conscious,
oh my God, they're coming at me and I
consciousness,
can't get up.
you're awake and you can't move.
Yeah.
And
So he
you're
does.
screaming for someone to help you, and that's
Yeah.
why you wake up screaming.
Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. And he will, because he will start to fidget, and I can hear him like he's like trying to do, and then he'll like yell out or
Yeah, it
whatever.
starts coming out like,
But then
for
it's
me.
so loud. And
Like how
it's
often?
scary. I feel like it's frequent to the
Okay.
point of like monthly at least. Like it just happened, and then I feel like the time before that was maybe the month before. It's not so consistent, but it is a good handful of times a year.
I mean, sleep
Some sort of
paralysis, there is,
like bad energy in him that's trying to get out or something.
it's not in him, it's in the space.
it's the
Oh,
energy
okay.
around you.
Yeah.
I had it a lot when I lived with Jess and then at Sherry's too.
Sleep paralysis is no fun.
Yeah.
Like when I go travel, I prefer to stay in haunted hotels because I like great experiences.
Yeah.
And
Come stay at my house, apparently.
right?
I got that haunted hotel energy.
and I, so when I had the sleep process experience, I was like, once I realized, and I was like, oh my God, wait, come back. Oh my God, thank you. I'm so excited. I haven't had this much excitement in such a long time because I'm not afraid of
Yeah.
these things.
Maybe I'm building a fear around it, and
These
doesn't
things
have to
feed
be.
off of fear.
Oh,
She's,
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yes, she's wonderful and she's light, but everybody has their demons.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think I've got a lot of stuff in me.
Well, it might not be from you. It might be, it's probably his own stuff.
I've recently gotten really good at directing my dreams. Like, what do they call that? Lucid dreaming. And I never used to be able to. I used to be able to know I was in a dream or recognize a place I've dreamt in before. And now
Love
I'll
that.
visit those as vacations in my dream. And I'll be like, oh, I love this lagoon. It's just on the other
That's
side
like
of these
me
trees.
when I was younger.
Yeah, well, that's me
Mhm.
now. Like,
Mhm.
I've done it since I was young. And there's places that I've been 10 times in my dreams. And every time I'm like, oh, I know exactly where this
Do you
door
have
goes.
a Brad Pitt in yours?
No. But I'm always like just exploring a lake. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, well, we got to get to this side of the lake so we can get off
Like you're
at the
familiar
boat
with
ramp.
the
Yeah, because
area.
I know that there's a boat ramp over there. We just have to get over there.
So it might be possible that that's a past life experience for you,
Wow. Okay.
or you could just be traveling to different dimensions that you're living in
Oh.
real time
Weird.
in different dimensions.
Yeah, because
That's not
there's
really
a
my
few.
forte, but
I just went back to one last week that I was at, but there's times where like sometimes they're super peaceful in those places and sometimes they're hectic in those places. Like I got to get off the lake before the storm comes. Or some days it's like, wow, I love this place. Remember right around that edge over there, there's this, and we saw all those fish the last time. And I'm with different people every time and just showing them around.
How do you feel when there's a storm? You get scared?
I just feel like it's my job to get everybody out of there. But then this year, I know I'm in a dream. I know it's going wrong. I know how to fix it, but I know I don't have enough time because my alarm is going to go off soon. And then every time I go back, like there was this one, it'll be a typical like, okay, I live in this apartment building.
So this is a recurrent dream.
Yes, but it'll be different situations.
Mhm.
Like one was
This is past life.
I live in this
Mm.
apartment building. I have to go meet this man for a job interview. But when I leave, I realize I'm not wearing a shirt and I have no makeup on. But every time I try to go back to my apartment, somebody stops me and needs something, And then I try to take off again. I realize again, okay, well, shit, now I have a shirt, but I don't have my makeup on. And then I'm spending so long. And then pretty soon I'm like, my alarm is going to go off in like 20 minutes. I have 20 minutes to solve this dream and finish it. And I'm not going to get the chance. And then it's like panic mode and my alarm goes off. And I've had that over and over and over this whole year of dreams that I know how to solve them and finish it, but I run out of time in my dream. Or if it's going well, I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I probably have about
Yeah.
10 minutes left in this dream. How do I get to finish this in a way I want? I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to
Find
go do
another
this.
way. So I would suggest when you're in this dream again,
Yeah.
to just you're lucid.
Yeah.
Okay, once you come to that lucid state, okay, just ask yourself, what do I need to learn from this? What do I need to learn from this? How can I fix this? What is the point to what I'm supposed to learn from this? Because the truth will set you free. This could be, if this is a past life experience, it could just be that you're recognizing that you can't save everybody. And that truth might set you free.
Yeah.
And that might heal the part of you in this lifetime that feels that you have to fix everything.
I've been told for my past lives that I was a man in all of my past lives, and I lost wife and kids in one life. Like I had a lot of loss in all of my lives.
And that might be why in this life you're focused on fixing, 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 but you're not allowing yourself to feel, and enjoy
Yeah.
the life. Because when you've had a lot of despair in your life, you don't want to make too many attachments because you lose people, right? And so you just try to be of service.
That's
Fix,
what
fix, fix, fix.
But that's what I said when I tell people that like I did not connect with Lemmy for 5 weeks. Probably it was when she first smiled at me at 5 weeks that I finally felt a love connection with her. I just felt like I was handed this baby and I had to bring it home and I was like, I mean, I love her, but and when I look back at it, I'm like, because I was so terrified and my anxiety was so bad that I was going to lose my child. Like, well, I can't grow an attachment to her and love her because they're so fragile. For a whole year, I could lose her from SIDS or anything like that.
I think that's common for people who have abilities
Okay.
because if you're an older soul, you're
Yeah.
going to have abilities.
Yeah.
Which means you remember deep down somewhere
it's
in there
like.
loss, loving and losing. So
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us, we really struggle with opening our hearts and truly letting people in
Wow.
because of fear of loss.
When I tell people, I look back at it, I'm like, it's because I was terrified to lose her. Like, if I loved her too much, it would
So
hurt too bad.
what is this session
And
today?
I'd never done it before.
Yeah.
So how could I be good at it?
This session today is about you surrendering.
Yeah.
Because if you don't surrender
Yeah.
and just let it in, then you're going to miss all the opportunities for true love coming in and actually feeling what is going to make your life worth living. It doesn't matter if you're fixing all this stuff.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling all the love
Yeah.
that is around you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So faith,
Yeah.
surrendering, that's faith.
Yeah.
You can believe in God.
Yeah.
But that's still out here.
Yeah.
It's different when you believe in yourself because you know God's in here,
Yeah.
right here. Then because God's not going to do all the work. You have to do the work.
Yeah. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, you can pray for patience, but God doesn't just give it to you. You still have to work on it.
Right.
So, wow.
I had a question. Let me think. Well, okay, because, when you work with people and you probably take on a lot of their stuff through all the sessions, how do you release it or what's like your favorite way to just unwind and
lover.
be you? You know what I mean? Well, but could be an option, but also do you have that all the time?
Orgasms, portals.
Every
It's true.
work day,
When you have a lover that you love so much,
Yeah.
their love, their connection with you is that portal which helps take all your heavy. Okay. And it doesn't have to be a lover, it can be a best friend.
Yeah.
When you're feeling super heavy, she can probably do it for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's not enough and you need big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be your daughter.
She says that. I'm like, big gun.
For me, how do I Who heals the healer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good lover.
Mm-hmm.
Or salt bath. Salt bath
I
is
love
fun.
him some salt
I
baths.
love the self bath.
But then how come you ain't into sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and that's not suppressing for you if you doing the deed to fix it?
It has to be
Why is it bad for me, not for you? Why am I opening portals to the other side?
because my state of being
Yeah.
is more at peace
Gotta work
because
on
I've
that.
done the work. I'm 51.
I still forget. I mean, she's
Dude, she looks our
you're
age.
our age. I'm like, you're
How
in
old are
your
you
30s.
guys?
34.
I think I had my youngest child when I was 35. But, I think it's important. We're not meant to be alone.
Mhm.
And so even if you're with somebody and you're not opening your heart and truly
Yeah.
letting them in, they're trying to like soften you up by watching The Notebook. And, your soul's not, you're getting there. You're getting there. And
Yeah.
that's the important thing. Like you're
Yeah.
you're very intuitive and you know that this is happening, what's coming.
Mhm.
So these are all good things. It's part of the process. I love watching you go through this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like you guys are kind of similar in your journeys,
Mhm.
Yours is a little bit more calm,
Mhm.
I think. Calm and chaos. It's different,
Yeah.
so it's going to be a little different. Definitely if he's having sleep paralysis and that's
It's something.
well,
You think?
I think it's something that you might be able to help him with
Oh, okay.
for sure.
You could give him some sexual healing, is what I'm hearing.
I think yeah, just figuring out what is weighing on him,
Yeah. Yeah.
what is weighing on him that makes him open to that.
So do you think it's whatever's weighing on him, say that day he's either thinking about it or feeling it and that expresses it? Or how would I help him?
I don't know, I'd have to see what's
Or
going on.
have a session with him?
Not necessarily. It might be something I could pick up through you, or
Yeah.
it might be something we can continue to talk about later. When I was married, we had all that stuff going on, but the sleep paralysis that was happening, there was, I was going through an awakening at that time, but I was the one having the sleep paralysis. He had it one time,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know who's bringing it in. Somebody has to bring it in. And so I don't know if it's you or if it's him.
Yeah.
It depends on who's the spicy one in the family. Is he pretty spicy? Is he intuitive?
No, I feel like I am.
You're spicier.
I just don't know why you wouldn't be having it unless
Yeah.
he's really
Picking up your
protective.
Yeah, I think you've described
Attachment.
before, like, attached
Yeah.
to
Oh,
me.
okay, yeah, yeah.
And
Then that could be why.
yeah. So maybe he's, like, picking up on it and he's expressing it for me to see it or something. I don't know.
It's just like when you're talking about it, you're not giving me enough information for me to
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
what's happening. Whereas she's very detailed and expressive,
Yeah.
so I can actually see what's happening while she's talking.
Yeah.
But you'd have
I
to
think
give
it's
me
because
more.
I'm trying to, like, not I don't know.
Not give
It's
it on
so
the screen.
scary, though, or you know what I mean? I don't wanna,
Yeah.
like, relive it again.
Oh, yeah, yeah. See, so you'd have to relive it again for me to
Yeah.
actually tap into it.
And that's the thing that I think I struggle with the most with our sessions is, like, opening and staying open,
Yeah.
my
Not
inner
just being like,
self.
it gives you a glimmer.
Yeah. I'm like, "Here,
Well,
just a little
just
bit,"
think
and
of
then
it
I'm like,
this
"Oh."
way, if you open and release it, I'm here.
Mhm.
It's good.
Right, that's true.
Done.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
I
So
do have something fun, rapid fire questions
Oh, yeah.
for
okay.
you.
Wait, did I answer your question about how do I or did I misinterpret the question?
No, yeah, I think you did because it's
Mhm.
also too I don't think that we can
Go into it.
get to it without me opening up more about it, and I don't know if that'll happen right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's why I need another session with you.
Apparently we both do.
Well, I don't know. Yours might have been okay today.
You had a session today with Janet.
I'm like, this felt really good to me.
Yeah. So you might be done.
Good. Cool.
You'll know if you
My soul likes that.
Yeah, I was
My
gonna say,
soul's
your
like,
soul-
hell yeah, we are. We learned this shit. Woo! Give me an hour on a podcast.
but
I'm fixed.
yours might need a little more hand holding.
Yeah, yeah.
Only because you do have a little bit more apprehension.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Right.
Mine's like, I have the tools to do it. I just need you to tell me which tool
Right.
type thing. Where you're like, I need the tool bag. I need the tools. I want the grease.
Tell me the whole like build it kit. I need to see the result. What
Can
it's
I have
supposed
the
to look like.
instruction manual? I'll follow them to a T.
Yeah. Okay, so here's our rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Just light and fun. What is your favorite crystal?
My favorite crystal is I like all crystals. I'll just say that my favorite one is the favorite one that I actually own. It's a Lemurian crystal.
What is it?
Lemari?
Lemurian
Oh,
crystal.
Lemurian.
What does
I
it
think
do?
Lemurian
or-
crystals. It's just it looks like something that would have come from Superman. So it has this little
Oh.
piece that I can pull out.
Cool.
It's just a beautiful crystal.
Cool.
There's nothing. I have it in my place. I'll
Yeah.
show you when you
Yeah.
guys come.
Good, yeah.
Everything you need is everything you are.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm drawn to things, crystals and stuff like that, if I feel drawn and I've got some cash on me,
Uh-huh.
I will get it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just make a mental note like, oh, I'm drawn to this, so I need to work on that. So each
Oh.
crystal has energy.
Yeah.
It's magnets, right?
Mhm.
And so if you're drawn to something, that's crystal probably encompasses the energy that you need.
Yeah.
And so pay attention to that.
Okay, cool. Sweet or salty?
Snacks. What do you prefer?
Sweet.
Going out or staying in?
These are hard 'cause I like both. Like sweet and salty. I mean,
Yeah. Would you combine them?
I knew that's where you were going with that, and I was like, nah, girl.
you
Sweet.
guys are tricking me. Sweet, like a little sweet, sometimes like a little salty. Um, going out, staying home. It depends on how I feel. You
Yeah.
need both.
Yeah. Good balance.
I'm pretty balanced.
What's your favorite guilty pleasure, whether it's like a TV show or something? Do you watch much TV?
We don't have a TV.
You don't have a TV?
Are you like a mindless television person? That's what I like. I don't like a lot of things I have to think with. I want something that I can just like space out.
It depends on my mood right now. On my phone, I'll watch stuff while I'm getting ready. I never liked chick flicks because I always felt growing up that the chances of me having an encounter with somebody and
Like that.
falling in love, it was more likely that a werewolf
Yeah.
or a vampire would
Brad
come
Pitt
out,
was gonna
right?
come out.
And like that would happen to me. That seemed more
Wow.
reasonable than that kind of love. Yeah. It wasn't until I found that kind of love that I was like, oh, okay, that
Happens.
this is real.
Yeah.
And ghosts
Cool.
and goblins are real too.
Yeah. So when people want to find you, Instagram, your website.
I would say go to Instagram, see if you like the stuff. I post stuff, not as much as you guys do. I'm pretty busy and I'm not tech savvy,
And we're just trying to get off the ground running. So.
right? So I would say go there. You can reach out to me on Instagram. You can go to my website, janetarai.com.
You did some rebranding recently because you used to be Shift Happens.
Yeah. I
And
changed it to Modern Shaman.
it looks beautiful.
Well,
Yeah,
my daughter wanted me to do that.
Oh.
And she's smart. So I said, okay,
I listen to you.
right? So I think that it's important. The shaman part is important because I don't know. I just think there's a lot of energy healers out there, but I think my work is very specific and very unique and it's very intense.
Yes.
Okay. It's not just Reiki.
Yeah.
It's not just energy healing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not just psychic. It's not just medium.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because if you can get all of that, whatever you need, sometimes you might need a medium. Sometimes you might need a healer. Sometimes you might need some psychic information. It's all of that
Yeah.
catered to you with what you need.
Yeah.
Right. So,
That's the perfect way to describe you.
Hey, well, thank you for being on
Yeah, thank you for
today. That was
joining
so much
us.
fun.
thank
I'm
you.
so glad we were able to make this work.
Yeah, this was good. Well, from our chaos to yours.
Remember, you're doing better than you think you are, and you're probably funnier too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.